Hey, what's good, everybody? It's me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, and we are here at NecoCon, and I am with the legendary Tony Oliver. Tony, how are you doing today?
Doing really well, thanks.
You're welcome, man. Thank you so much for coming here to Virginia, to NecoCon. Are you having a fun time?
I am. I love this part of the country, and I don't get to come here very often, so it's really nice to be here.
Yeah, that's really awesome. So let me ask you, what is one of your favorite things from coming over to the East Coast?
Well, it's a different fandom than the rest of the country. Also, it's I don't know, it's just different. Every part of the country is wonderful and different in its own way. And what I love about here is the nature. I love the people. It's just a friendly place. And I get to get out of my little LA deserty thing and come out and see other people.
Yeah, that's really awesome, man. You know, I've never been over to the West Coast before, but I heard it's just as nice over there. But it's always different when you come to a different area than what you're normally used to seeing.
Yeah, no, it is, and that's part of the fun of this job that I have, and coming around is getting to actually see that. I've gotten to see a good part of the country, and it's pretty amazing, and it helps keep me a little hopeful that we'll get through everything that we're getting through right now, and that we're better than we think we are. I think, you know.
Yeah, I really love that, man. So, you know, I got to ask you some really good and important questions because everybody wants to know. I know that you worked on Power Rangers. I just found this out not too long ago, and I was just like, man, Tony Oliver, the man who voices Lupin III, worked on Power Rangers. So, you know, tell us what that was like, you know, working on one of the most famous shows of all time.
Well, I had left acting for a while, and I'd gone behind the scenes and working as a writer, ADR writer, and things like that. And so I ended up on the development team at Saban Entertainment, and I was tasked to develop the show. So I was the head writer for the show. I wrote the pilot episodes. It was an extraordinary experience. I'd never done anything like that before. In fact, the very first live action script I ever wrote for anybody ever was the pilot to Power Rangers.
Oh, nice.
So I was really kind of out of my element, and I got to learn a lot, and it was exciting and thrilling. And then to have it become such a big hit. After we worked really hard for a year to get it up, and then once we got it out there and it became such a big hit so fast, it's still a little overwhelming, and I'm very grateful.
Yeah, that's really awesome, man, because, you know, Power Rangers is still going on to this day, and for you to work on the original, that's really incredible.
Yeah, that was good. Mighty Morphins are my year, so.
Okay, so let me ask you, man, you have any cool Jason David Frank stories?
Well, Jason was a force of nature. He was. I remember we were doing a presentation for Dare America at the Olympic Auditorium in Los Angeles. Arsenio Hall was introducing us. It was a big deal, and we're gathered everyone together. We're ready to go on stage, and I turn around, and he's nowhere to be found. Open the door. He's out in the parking lot doing flip flops. He was just so energetic. He could not stand still, and that was fun. It was fun, but as a producer, also kind of difficult to work with at the same time. But then fast forward, I started seeing him at conventions, and the amount of himself that he gave to everyone, that he cared about the fans, he cared about the people that watched it, he cared about the people that came up to him, and that was pretty extraordinary. He was an interesting, extraordinary guy.
I really love that, man, and you know, he's truly missed. You know, he was somebody I grew up watching all the time, and you know, I really wish that I had the opportunity to meet him when he was still here. But rest in peace.
Yeah,
man.
You'd had to wait in line 3.5 hours.
I know. So, final question I have for you: what are some of your hobbies that you're into when you're not behind the microphone?
Oh, great question. I started in music. And so, because I didn't like the music industry, so I moved into acting. I moved to that side, but I continue with music, so that became a hobby for me. So I do that. I scuba dive. I used to scuba dive. I can't anymore for medical reasons. And now it's more travel. I love to travel. I try to get someplace that I need a passport every chance I get.
Yeah, that's really awesome. And you know, I want to piggyback. Give me your top 5 favorite artists of all time.
Favorite artists? Yes. Like what kind of artists?
Musical artists.
Music artists. Okay. No, I'm going to go back to my, you know, so it's Billy Joel, Elton John. These are the big influences in my writing. I always loved the Beatles, the Eagles, America, Creedence Clearwater. That's my generation.
Hey, and all of those are classics that I grew up listening to. You know, I'm 36 years old. You know, just growing up with my grandparents and my uncles and aunts and all that stuff, that's the type of music they listen to as well. So, yeah. Mr. Oliver, tell everybody in social media land where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at Tony Oliver 275 and Facebook at Tony Oliver VA.
Awesome. Yes. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for being here at NecoCon. We'll see you guys soon. Peace.